Hey folks, and welcome to our reaction for the latest Shadowlands Afterlives. Of course, we're talking about Ardenweald. We've had the Kyrian and Bastion. We've had the Necrolords in Maldraxxus. Now it's time for us to take a little look at the Night Fae in Ardenweald. Farseer, we enjoyed the past two. Do you think this one's going to live up to expectations? Or do you feel as though Ardenweald is almost like a forgotten covenant when the discussion arises for Shadowlands?
Oh, I don't know. I think people are prejudging Ardenweald a little bit, because they have, and I need to remind everyone, they have the Winter Queen. And if you've not already seen her in pictures and videos, and even like previews like that, people like Tara and Gregory have been dropping of this cinematic, you see how tall and intimidating she is, and she gives off, as I've said to yourself, like a Galadriel type presence, like from Lord of the Rings. And I'm really looking forward to like diving into that a bit more and seeing what Ardenweald has to offer.
She really does. She really does. If you are enjoying these sort of looks and reactions at the Afterlife cinematics, then please feel free to subscribe and also check out our Patreon as well. You can also grab us on various different social medias, normally at Warcraft Radio. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We've even got a Facebook page as well. Well, without further ado, I think it's time we take a look at Shadowlands Afterlives Ardenweald.
Oh, heck yeah. Right then, on the count of three, Kexman. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
The wilds tremble before my fury.
Okay.
Is that Ursoc? Or Goldrin or something?
The nightmare's veil is lifted.
Oh,
that's Ursoc.
Yeah.
There he is.
Malfurion.
I return at last to the long slumber.
Good call on that one.
Forest beyond. Until I may serve the wilds again.
This is not a bad place to go once you meet the end. Hopefully I'm not going to eat those words. I'm like, oh, this place is so wonderful.
So that shows exactly the circle, the long slumber, what happens.
Yeah. Also, apologies for any volume issues, guys. I am adjusting them to make sure it's okay. But so far, I'm liking it. And I already got an idea of how this worked from the beta, so I have an understanding of this.
Welcome to my grove, friend. My queen.
Oh.
I shall protect these souls through their winter. I shall see them reborn in their spring. No matter what trial I face. I swear it, my queen. I swear it.
So this is full-on seasonal. Winter is death.
Rest
The spring
well
is their rebirth.
and dream.
Interesting. The more I see Shadowlands, the more it's like not really an afterlife, but just more life. You know what I mean? It's just like another life.
Oh.
After season of this drought. Here. It's so little. I know.
The anima dry, isn't it?
It must be done. Reclaim everything from this grove. Everything.
Oh. What are you doing?
No! This is my grove! You will not destroy them!
Arelon, we are not your enemy.
Anyone who threatens my grove is my enemy. I swore an oath. My queen. I kept faith all this time that you would save us. And now you send scavengers to my grove? Why?
You saw what is to come.
Ardenweald is dying.
It must be saved. The Queen is called the Wild Hunt.
We have culled your grove, so that others might live.
Will you sacrifice one soul for the forest entire? Or will you keep your oath?
That's not any old soul.
Your heart
Yeah, that's
is
Ursa.
pure.
Man, come on, you can't do that.
I will honor your choice.
One last time, you serve the wilds. You will not be forgotten. Forgive me.
Oh no.
Friend.
That means they're truly gone then.
Yeah.
I will hunt for you, my queen. For Ardenweald. And for the souls we can yet save. I swear it. I swear it.
Damn, that is more. That was definitely more of a hey, look, here's the situation we're facing, and here's what we got to do, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like
That was probably my favorite so far.
that was the saddest. Like
That was, but here's the thing: so you look at every single one that we've seen so far, and there's obviously been some sort of issue that's been happening, which is so obviously the Kyrian, they've been taught, they say the way is broken.
the path. The path is the way.
It's
Maldraxxus, they've got traitors and things are falling apart.
that was the first look that we've had of the very, very severe ramifications of what this anima drought means. That was an entire area dying, essentially. That was, and the thing with that one is that's not just, we've got Devos and we've got every single one has had a character that we have known.
Yeah.
But this one is, I mean, obviously we had Uther, who we knew had already died.
Mhm.
We obviously had Draka, who we knew had already died.
Yeah.
But this one, we see Ursok, who we have killed ourselves. Now there is no more Ursok. That's him gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to him. So, and it wasn't because of anything. It was literally because of what's going on. It adds more weight to it. It definitely feels as though Ardenweald is probably out of all of the zones that we know that are being affected by the anima drought, Ardenweald seems to be the biggest victim.
Yeah. No, they do, because like we've seen, it's a place of their rebirth, right? When I would imagine as well, when Cenarius was killed way back in Warcraft 3, and he came back to life. And I was like, how the heck did he come back to life? He's a demigod or whatever. I imagine he came here. And
now we have
reborn.
our answer.
Yeah, and he was reborn. Now, if there was an anima drought during that time he died, he would have not come back. Same with like other characters in the future, obviously not giving anything away, but anyone that would go to Ardenweald and then come back, is not going to
gods. Any of the wild gods that have died, we may not see again.
Yep. Druids and all that. Yeah.
It's not a. That was a heavy one. That was a real heavy one.
It was.
And I think that's. I definitely feel attached to that character that was tending the grove as well.
Yes, I want to know more about him. I feel
attached to that character. I want to know more about him. I want to know what happens. I want to know what is going on.
For sure. For sure.
That was definitely the heaviest one we've had so far, and probably my favorite because it tells a very logical story, but it tells a story that you see that there is no, there's not, at this point, there's no really good or bad side. There's just a bad side to it.
Yeah.
It's a case, with Devos and Uther, it was more a case of, it was a choice that he made. And there is a right and a wrong choice in that sort of situation, realistically, when you think about it, to a degree.
And there's
with
one
Draka,
thing linking them all as well. I don't mean to interrupt you, but everything linking these all is all down to the jailer as well. It's all
death. Mm-hmm. It's all down to him. And Draka, you obviously had the issue with the assassins and the traitors that were there. And again, it's a very, very cut and dry case. This one, you actually see there is no right answer there.
No.
But not only that, you also see the Winter Queen as you see that she is very, very upset about this.
For sure.
When she says, whatever your decision, I will honor your oath. And the fact that she's saying that whilst teary-eyed, it shows to me that it's not just, she might be in control of Ardenweald, she might be the ruler of Ardenweald, but at the end of the day, she's kind of stuck in the exact same situation all of them are.
And has to make that hard decision. Yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly.
But hey, like Ardenweald is literally up there for one of the covenants I'm going for anyway, so hopefully I'll be able to like dive deeper into this story. And the cool thing about Shadowlands is that, say if Kex goes something like Revendreth or Maldraxxus, I go Ardenweald, I can then throw over to Kex if he doesn't ever play the Covenant. I can tell him what's happening with the story, and he can tell me what's happening with that story as well, and we can share exactly what's going on, which I think was the intention of Blizzard.
I think that's what the intention was at the end of the day. Is part of it is obviously the power that you have behind it, but also, the fact that it does mean that you have different stories that you can tell people. And this does a very, very good job of making me now want to play the Night Fae Covenant just to see what's going on. Maybe not necessarily, for their transmog or anything like that, but I definitely want to find out what is going on with the Night Fae. And speaking of what's going on, we've got one more Afterlife cinematic to go.
Yes.
And that is Revendreth next week. I am almost certain next week we will see Garrosh.
Yes, already been shown in the trailer very, very briefly for cinematic Garrosh in Revendreth. So
whether or not it's just a passing thing of Garrosh, as in
like this with Ursoc,
these are some of the people that have come through Revendreth, or whether or not this is going to be, I don't know. Maybe we could potentially get a cinematic where it is Garrosh going through Revendreth and then getting destroyed at the end by Denathrius.
It could be. Anything new with Garrosh is good. That's
kind of showing how cold-hearted showing how cold-hearted Denathrius is, and finally putting an end to Garrosh.
Yeah.
Because I think his character arc's kind of run as good as it could be. I'd like to see him back. I'd like to see him do a little bit more, but I'm a fan of Garrosh the character. But next week, I think that is something we could see. Or, like I said, it could be an unrelated character that talks about various people we know that have gone through Revendreth.
True.
Either way, it's going to be very exciting.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. And so join us next week for that, guys, because it's going to be a good one. And I assume the final cinematic, unless they do one about the Maw, but we don't know.
Secret Jailer Afterlife cinematic.
I know, who knows, right? But there's still some time left before Shadowlands. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us today. We'll see you again next time. Until then.
Ta-ta.